Thank you all for being here. For those of you who are not familiar with the Launch Challenge, I'm going to take just a couple moments to describe it. My name is Alan Younger, and I'm the director of the Small Business Center. And I have the joy of working with some wonderful budding entrepreneurs every single day. Also have the joy of working with people who are already in business. What we designed a couple of years ago is a business accelerator that helps people to move from being an individual to becoming a business owner. The way that the Launch Challenge works is, for a 3-month period of time, these individuals give us permission to push them a little bit harder than we would normally they would push themselves. The result is, over the last 2 years, about 50 new businesses have come to Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, and Stokes County. So we should applaud that. So that's so what we're going to do now is I want to tell you a little bit about some of those, or I'll let them tell about their businesses a little bit later. I want to introduce you to the newest graduates of the 5th session of the Launch Challenge. They call themselves the 5th Power. And as you hear from them, you'll learn how they live up to their name. Does that sound good? Yeah. All right, so those of you who are graduates, we have assigned seats for you. You're welcome to sit in those seats, or you're welcome to sit where you are. But what I'm going to do is call the name of all of you. I'm going to ask you to come to the front. I'm going to give you a certificate, and then you're going to hang out on the other side of that banner. Guess what? We're going to take pictures. And guess what? I'm not going to be the only one taking a picture, because there's going to be a bunch of people here who are going to take those pictures. And I'm going to ask all of you to do something. Whatever social media you use, you're going to upload that picture to it, and you're going to tag it with Launch Challenge 2019. Cool? Do I have to say it again? Y'all good? Good. All right. So as I call your names, please come forward. I will give you a certificate. You're going to hang out over there and make sure that your photo ready. Y'all knew that, right? So Alexander Kristevsky is not here yet, but when you see him, grab him. Tell him to go get over there. Bethany Miller. Bianca Woodbury. Brittany Robertson. I don't think I saw her yet. Dolores McCullough. I haven't seen her yet. Michael, you're going to accept on behalf of Julie Barham. Devontae McMillan is not here. Diane Rayner. Kentrell Gibbs is not here yet. Linda Darkton. Sheridan Watkins is not here yet. Great clap. She's there. Perfect. So get on the other side of the banner, if you will. Shauna Trinidad. Tamaria Benson, not here yet. Tammy Devane. Travis Carpenter. Trisha Marsh. And Will Whitaker. All right, so I'm going to move the banner because there's so many of us. That means all of us should move. Figure it out. This is the opportunity for everyone to take pictures. Woo! Which one do we look at?
Launch challenge. Oh yeah, you too. Good seeing you.
Congratulations, everybody. If y'all would like to sit on that front row, we've got a bunch of seats for you. It looks good across So let's break the internet. Everybody upload what you took to social media, whatever you use. If you're like me, you use more than one. The hashtag is LaunchChallenge2019. And if you want to put something nice in front of it, that works. If you're going to tag somebody, please tag me. And we're excited about it. So now, the next thing I want to do is introduce you to our judges. We have a lot of wonderful people in our entrepreneurial ecosystem here in Forsyth County. And several of them I work with on a regular basis to make sure that the programs and the resources that are available to our entrepreneurs are top-notch, and we have some great things going on. So let me introduce you to Graydon Pleasance. Many of you know Graydon already. Graydon is one of the godfathers of Innovation Quarter. That's his new title that I gave him today. So when you upload to social media, make sure to include the godfathers here. Also, Magalia Sanders, she's uploading right now to social media. Thank you very much. She's with Hustle Winston-Salem. If you're not familiar with Hustle, Hustle focuses on inclusive entrepreneurship, which means we want to make sure that the opportunities, the resources, and the celebration exist for entrepreneurs who are people of color and women. Next is Andrea Howe. Many of you are familiar with Flywheel. Flywheel recently moved, and somebody told me that there's a party going on Thursday. From 12 to noon, there's a chili cook-off. It's a competition between Flywheel and Winston Starters. So join in on the fun. Anytime between 12 and 4. If I'm eating closer to 12 than 4, so I'm just saying. 8th floor of 500 West 5th Street.
Yeah, we usually run out.
All right, they usually run out. So also with Hustle Winston-Salem is Tony Barnes. Tony, we've worked together on a number of things, and Tony's been a client of the Small Business Center for years, so we're glad to have her. Next to her, also uploading to social media, is Susan Morris. Many of you are familiar with Venture Cafe. If you've never been to Venture Cafe, it's held literally across the street at the Bailey Power Plant most Thursday nights between 5 and 8, and we would love to see you there. There's been 118 or so gatherings since 2017, so join in on the fun. There's about 150 people there each Thursday. Next to Susan is Tom Root. Many of you are not familiar with the NC Idea Foundation. However, the NC Idea Foundation is supporting entrepreneurship throughout the state of North Carolina. We're happy to have Tom here with us today, and we're happy to have him at NC Idea. Next, we have Eman Clark. I'm not going to say her other name. Eman, how do you say it? Just curious. Oh, no, how do you say your other name? You see why I didn't say it right? So Eman and Kevin Clark moved their business to Winston-Salem from Boston 4 months ago because they learned that we have an awesome ecosystem here. So we're glad to have them here in Winston-Salem, and we're certainly glad to have them here today as judges. If you don't know about them, look up pointmotion.com, pointmotion.com, and you'll learn all about it. So thank you to all of our judges. We're going to hear from our wonderful finalists in just a moment, but before we do, we have two people who are going to speak about the importance of entrepreneurship in North Carolina, and specifically in Forsyth County. So David, you're one of those people. Are you ready? You want Tom to go first? All right, David is ready. Thank you, David Mountains.
And Alan Younger is the godfather of positive energy. He's the best.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Great, good to see you. Susan, hi everybody, man, Kevin. I didn't realize, though, this was going to be like old family week, right? So, this entrepreneurship endeavor is a team sport. It was great to hear mention of all the different resources that are available in this community. If you just go back 5 years ago, you know, we look very different than we did then, today, and then if you go back 10 years, you know, even more so. The ability to tap into an innovation ecosystem with other people that will help you, encourage you, get you to the right answers as fast as they can is a tremendous opportunity. And what it does is it gives you confidence to take risks. And in fact, I would say that maybe the single most important thing we're doing in this community, we've now been identified by the Brookings Institute through some of the hard-working people in this room, like Greg, as one of the model innovation districts. Recently, we were selected by Builders and Backers and Walmart as the single city in the country that they most want to affiliate with to demonstrate what a mid-city innovation ecosystem should look like and what it needs to do to succeed and how you can get behind the builders and what backers can do to support that. We have 127 startups going in our communities today. And just last year, we launched 40 Main Street businesses through efforts just like this today into the community. I would argue that we might be able to say that we are a risk-seeking community. We are not afraid to go take risks and start up new things. What's the single most important thing that I've learned about making sure that that works for you over the long run is that the only way you will win if you pursue a risk is it has to start with love. And love is the single most important element. It starts out with you loving someone's problem so much that you just cannot rest until you help solve it for them. It starts with staying awake at night, thinking about that problem, and how much you're going to enjoy taking it to the person that needs it, and being able to show them, look what I did to make this problem go away for you. It's the joy of identifying that that is really at the heart of whether entrepreneurial success is achieved. Because when you do that and you so love someone's problem that you create a solution for them, that they joyfully give you their money. Joyfully, like year. I can't wait to give this to you because I really want what you've created. That is where trust and human exchange can occur in ways that create value, that do not rely on any other source other than just you and me deciding we're going to do something for each other. That's the strength. That's the strength of what's made this country the greatest country in the world. It is the strength of what makes strong economies, strong ecosystems. It's that courage to go in and take on those problems and solve them that's the heart of what really good entrepreneurs do. Those of you that are here participating in the Launch Challenge today, you felt that somehow. You really felt it in some way. And I want that to propel you forward. Today's just the beginning. It's the beginning. You're surrounded by a team of people that are just like you. That's why I say go to Venture Cafe every Thursday night. It's church for entrepreneurs. It's where all the other entrepreneurs gather. It's where we can come together and support each other. And then, of course, this tremendous ecosystem with so much support, whether it's people like Alan or others that you, that are so many in this room, to help you succeed. You know, how can you not do well, right? So, just want to say congratulations on being selected to begin the challenge. Continue to propel your love forward. Make your solutions and your offerings things that people joyfully want to buy from you. And it's really fun from there. Thanks.
While Tom is coming forward, let me make a couple comments about David. Many people know David as the CEO of Inmar. However, he's also a part of this entrepreneurship community, and specifically in 2016, he was the chair of the Entrepreneurial Culture Committee. A lot of the things that we do now came out of the work of that committee, so thank you very much.
Based upon David's comments, I could see why he's chair of the Entrepreneur Culture Committee, because it was very eloquently stated. Hello, everybody. My name is Tom Rue. I'm the CEO and president of the NC Idea Foundation. Just out of curiosity, anybody hear of us? Okay, better than I hoped. Thank you. It's actually good for the ego. We are an independent private foundation, and what that means is, even though we have NC in our name, we're not affiliated with the state. We're self-funded, and our mission is really to empower people to reach their full entrepreneurial potential across the state. And that's a big emphasis. So we do a strategic combination of grants and programs. Some foundations are usually just a grant-making foundation where they just stroke checks. Others operate programs. We do both. Because I believe running programs, working with people directly, makes us better grant makers and helps us write better, more leveraged checks. So that's a big reason why we do both. Predominantly, we do two things in both areas. We give money directly to entrepreneurs, and I said give. We do 2 competitive grant cycles every year, spring and fall, where we give out $50,000 seed grants. It's competitive, as you might guess. When you give away money, you get a few people interested, so you have to figure out a way to do that in an equitable way. So we give out $50,000 seed grants. We'll make 6 to 15 of those in a given year, and we're making micro grants, which are $10,000, and we're going to do about 30 to 40 of those every year. And like I said, spring and fall. We just completed the fall cycle. We announced the winners the week before our summit, which was the week right before Thanksgiving. Unbelievably, the spring cycle will soon be upon us. We'll be announcing that opening in early January. So if you're interested, if you're an entrepreneur, you're my client. And we have these programs to help you get funded and plugged into the broader ecosystem, which is the other side of the house. We fund groups, individuals, organizations that help you. And I'm happy to say there are several engaged grantees in the room and ecosystem partners in the room that we have funded their activity. And the whole idea there is to help their capacity to serve you, right? And thereby build the greatest statewide entrepreneurship-led ecosystem in the country. Because at the end of the day, we know that entrepreneurship is the great equalizer, right? Everybody is born with the same entrepreneurial potential than everybody else. The only difference is access to networks, resources, mentoring. That's not equally distributed. We're going to change that. Because the greatest natural resource we have in this country is the entrepreneurial potential of our people. It'll do more for humanity than anything we can harvest from the sun, or the wind, or dig up from the ground. Because you all are the ones that are solving tomorrow's problems and making a better future worth living. So, congratulations to the finalists. I look forward to some really good and competitive presentations, and I hope the judges have a real tough time figuring out how to dispense the money. Thank you, Alan, for allowing me to participate.
So while he's going to his seat, let me say a couple things to brag about Tom. I met Tom almost 7 years ago. He and I attend an entrepreneurship conference every year, and his focus then was international, really. And we're fortunate to have him in North Carolina helping us to be strong. So thank you very much for being here in North Carolina and here today. I want to also acknowledge a couple more people. Asani Mitchell is one of our judges. He was doing a podcast because he's making things happen. He's the community manager of the Access Center for Equity and Success. If you're not familiar with it already, we encourage you to get familiar with it. Look up accessws.org and figure out if it's something that can help to support you or others that you know. Now, I asked Nell and Della, I see Della here, to come in here for just a moment because I wanted to show them off. Many of you should know that they are the core of the Small Business Center, and you all should be clapping right now. And although Nell's out there, she heard your applause, so I want to publicly thank you for all the wonderful work that you both do each and every day to help our community be strong. With that, let me introduce IBG.
As an entrepreneur, you have to take what you want, right? You gotta believe it. So you need to tell your story. You need to answer those questions. You need to keep your audience, your guests, your buyer engaged, and you need to encourage them to come back. That's a lot, isn't it? That's fantastic. Also, they need to own it, all right? They said you have to overcome your fear. You need to know your worthiness. That means knowing that you're worth it. That means you need to do it now, like right now, right? And also to inspire and transform your clients. Y'all, I had a ball with them, and you all are going to have a ball hearing from them moving forward. Now, they told you, I like having fun. Today is Teeth Out Tuesday, so put your teeth out all throughout this presentation. Y'all know when you're dealing with Alan and you're dealing with the Small Business Center, they prepare you. Sometimes they prepare you last minute, but I'm glad that they prepared me ahead of time because our first finalist that we're going to be hearing from is the owner of Derm Academy, okay? This is a business which provides education and prepares individuals for a career in aesthetics. Now, I'm super happy that they told me that Julie would not be here, because as I was going to be calling the name Julie, and I saw Michael Thompson, her esteemed colleague, who is happy to share some energy with you, I've been trained well enough to say, okay, Julie, come on, but they prepared me to let you all know that Michael Thompson is going to be speaking on behalf of Julie. Come on up, Michael.
Just before Julie / Mike gets started, I want to apologize. One of the things that helps us to be successful is that we have a strong city council in Winston-Salem, as well as town council in Kernersville, and village council in Clemens, and town council in Lewis. You all see where I'm going. We have a strong group of county commissioners to make sure that organizations, whether it's us or the different businesses that start, have the support that they need to get started. I want to acknowledge Jeff McIntosh in particular. Almost any time that we have a ribbon cutting or some type of celebration like this, he's there. Even if I don't invite him personally, he finds out about it, he makes sure to be there because he wants to make sure that the city stands behind him. Is that about right, Jeff?
Is that right?
So I apologize for missing that, but I definitely wanted to give you more than just a shout out. So with that, Michael, I think I've got you set up. You got it. Let me get out of your way.
Thank you. Well, I am Michael Thompson. I am here on behalf of Derma Academy. Derma Academy is a cosmetic art school that is located in Forsyth County. We specialize in skin care education, leading to an esthetician license in the state. Why did we choose that field? There's a huge demand right now for licensed estheticians in the state of North Carolina. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there's supposed to be an 11% increase in job opportunities between 2018 and 2028. In North Carolina alone, the average salary for a licensed esthetician right now is $42,000. The top 10% in the industry is making roughly $90,000. Huge demand on jobs, great paying opportunities. What did students do before we came along? Well, we've obviously got the community colleges. There are 8 community colleges in North Carolina that are offering aesthetics. The problem with the community colleges is that they have a long waiting list, and they're on the quarter semester system, so it takes quite a bit longer for the student to get in school and get out of school. Our typical student wants to get in, get trained, and get out as quickly as possible. There are other small schools around. Again, some of the problems there is they typically have outdated curriculum, and they tend to have lesser modern equipment. The third group are the large private schools. The problem there is that the students end up with a large amount of student loan debt. It's a huge problem in the country now. We wanted to create a business model that eliminated the student loan opportunities, and then they also have some poor completion rates. What makes us unique and different, number one, is our partnerships. We have 2 very important partnerships. One is with Dermalogica. Dermalogica is the leading product manufacturer in the industry right now for skincare therapy. And we also have a partnership with Pivot Point. Pivot Point is the organization that we will use for giving us our textbooks, both hard copy and electronic copy. State-of-the-art training. As I said, we want to provide training on the best equipment possible. We also want to provide training on equipment that is not required by the state of North Carolina, but that students have the ability to make a living in. Owners, Julie and Corey Barham, have been in the industry for 25, 26 years. They know exactly what needs to be done. They've got tremendous hands-on experience. They are both licensed cosmetologists and both licensed cosmetology instructors. Hands-on experience we've already talked about. Most importantly, the ability to graduate with no debt. Our students, all of the services that we perform on the general public, all of the money that we collect from those individuals will be given to the student, and they apply to their account. So they're actually earning their tuition as they attend classes and work toward getting their license. We personally want to thank the Forsyth Tech and the Small Business Center. We learned a tremendous amount while we were here. Julie actually created a lotus flower with all the things, but through that collaboration, we've had an amazing, amazing experience. What next for us? Corey will leave his current employment at Rowan Cabarrus Community College to become our lead instructor. Julie will continue to oversee their salon that they currently have, and then she will join us as well. We need to obtain some specialized equipment, and then we need to recruit and recruit. We've had an initial investment thus far of $18,658. We anticipate another $27,000 worth of expenses over the next 6 months, bringing our total investment for the first 6 months at $45,391. Derma Academy wants our student, through the curriculum and business model that we've created, to learn how to develop a clientele while they're going to school. They're going to be motivated to do that because they get to apply all the money from those clients to their tuition. So it motivates them to learn how to generate business.
Top Leaf Cigar Lounge will soon be an employer at downtown Winston-Salem. We will start with 4 employees with projections of adding 2 more to our staff within the first 2 years. Top Leaf will benefit the city of Winston-Salem by providing job opportunities. In a time when multiple businesses downtown are shortening their hours or shutting their doors, Top Leaf will invest in our downtown community. Top Leaf will open for business during the Business 40 shutdown, bringing additional traffic and customers to neighboring businesses. Top Leaf will have an initial startup cost of $98,250. We will break even in a little over 3 years. Any money granted by the Launch Challenge will be applied towards the required ABC licensing and purchasing of inventory. Additional funding will be attained through private investors who are standing by to match my Launch Challenge grant, as well as through Owner Capital. Top Leaf will be managed by myself and my spouse, J.D. Miller. We have a unique set of combined experience that will ensure the success of our new business. J.D. is the Senior Manager of Procurement at R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. He's been in the tobacco industry since 2008. He also has been interested in cigars since his grandfather and his lovingly memories of his grandfather smoking cigars. I have 3 years of experience in the cigar industry. I'm also a certified tobacconist and have 15 years experience in the bar industry. The Small Business Center has prepared me for the success that we are surely to attain by providing me with numerous resources, mentors, and most of all, an expectation of success. Step back in time with me. Take a moment to remember the days of sitting on your grandma's front porch and talking, really talking. Before cell phones, before laptops, before we were all so virtually connected. Let a cigar from Top Leaf Cigar Lounge be a speed bump between your mind and your lips. Let the hard corners of your opinions and perceptions be hazed over in the cigar smoke. Let cigar culture infiltrate the vibe of our wonderful city to develop, support, and encourage authentic conversation and authentic friendships. Please join me in creating Top Leaf Cigar Lounge.
I don't know about y'all, but I was almost on the porch still relaxing on this a little bit. Thank you so much for that visualization. We're going to let the judges tally the scores again, the same routine. We're going to allow them to offer or ask some questions to better help them out and understand the presentation. Do we have any questions?
That was a great performance, well articulated. You really made it easy for me to get through the judging criteria here. So if I understand correctly, the next step is the licensing procedure, or is there anything else that right now is like day one? What is the main focus on next steps to realize this vision?
The next steps are to move into our location. We are asking for $98,250. The vast majority of that expense will be to upfit the building. It's important to us to provide a filtration system and an exhaust system that exceeds the limits by the health department. So part of that money will help us attain that. Also, it will be the licensing for the ABC board, the inventory and alcohol, as well as some furniture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You indicated a break even at year 3, and based upon your costs, have you factored in your labor costs of you, your husband, and your staff of 4?
Yes, so the labor is factored in there. Bob Lasker helped me tremendously with our financial assumptions. So there is labor factored in for 4 employees in the first year, 6 employees in the second year, and then there is an owner oversight of $35,000 the first year, $40,000 the second year, and it goes up in $5,000 increments.
And what is your target demographic?
Men over 40, however, my target audience is a little bit different. I have realized through this portion that the majority of the time, 80% of the time, women in relationships make the financial decisions in those relationships. So even though my target customer are men over 40 that make over $40,000 a year, I also have to target their wives in a way that their wives want to send their husbands to me to enjoy this entertainment.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your revenues. How are you pricing your cigars?
Good question. So on average, our cigars run anywhere from $8 to $12. We are anticipating, and I've really kind of lowballed the alcohol portion. So I'm making an assumption that for every cigar that I sell for $10, people are going to spend about $10.50 on alcohol. I think that's actually pretty low, so I think our assumptions are going to be much higher, but I felt safer making some assumptions just on those parameters.
How many customers are you expecting?
We currently have some customers, so I believe from day one, we're going to be offering some executive memberships that include the use of a locker. We'll have 50 lockers available, so I think we will immediately sell out of our lockers and have our annual members or $300 memberships right away. I think we'll also have about 1,200 to 1,500 yearly members at a cost of $10. You're welcome.
Where are cigar smokers going now?
Right now, they're bandaged to their back porch or to their man caves.
How many men over 50 is there in the family area?
There are, I believe, 11,000, and we took into consideration when we looked at that number, I believe it was 175,000 people that were in the city, and we broke it down into people over the age of 50 or the age of 40, and we also divided that in half because we assumed half of those people were females. So about 11,000 is kind of what our target market is inside those parameters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Such an amazing presentation. We got this thing right? How we are supposed to be this time, so you don't have to push me out of the way. No, fantastic. Give it up again for Bethany Miller. She did it again. Right now, we are getting ready to hear from our third finalist, Will Whitaker, with Say So Coffee, which is a mobile espresso bar. Come on up here, Will Whitaker.
Recently, I was asked a question by a leader in the downtown Winston-Salem community, and he asked me a simple question that I have actually been asked many times. The answer I gave to his question took a meeting that should have lasted about 20 minutes and extended it to almost 2 hours. You may even find yourself asking the same question right now. The question is, why does Winston-Salem need another coffee shop? Say So Coffee is a specialty coffee company that seeks to innovate and elevate the specialty coffee culture of Winston-Salem. We believe that there is a lack of specialty coffee available in Winston-Salem, and we intend to change that by introducing a new version of coffee along with our excellent customer service experience. We're strategic partners with Black and White Roasters, a premium specialty roaster located right here in our own backyard in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Specialty coffee is a term for the highest grade of coffee available, and that extends from the farmer to the cafe. Our vision is to serve thoughtfully crafted coffee drinks and a selection of non-alcoholic coffees, craft beers, and non-alcoholic cocktails from a design-forward cafe in the Winston Junction building, which is in one of downtown's newest and most promising neighborhoods, Industry Hill. We have leased a highly visible corner unit seen here on the property at the intersection of Trade and 9th Streets. We'll also continue operation of our mobile espresso bar to serve our customers wherever they are. To date, we have served Winston-Salem over 3,500 specialty coffee drinks. We're a regular vendor at the Winston Junction Market, 525 at Vine, and 500 West 5th Street. Our mobile espresso bar has been well received and helped us build brand awareness and a loyal customer base while we plan the launch of our cafe in the spring of 2020. Coffee experts that we've spoken to in Raleigh and Charlotte and in Greensboro have all agreed with us that there is nothing in Winston-Salem like the high-end specialty coffee concept that we're proposing. On a list of best cities in America to get coffee, published this year by Wallet Hub, Winston-Salem ranked 93rd out of 100. I've been to many of the cities that rank at the top of that list, and I've also been to many of the shops that put them there. Our goal is to bring a small piece of all of those cafes back to home in Winston-Salem and create jobs for people that are interested in pursuing coffee as a career. Like wine and craft beer, coffee is a complex drink. We see a gap in the market in Winston-Salem, and we intend to fill this gap by exploring a classic product in an innovative way. We're elevating our customers' knowledge of coffee and raising the bar for small business culture locally. One of my all-time favorite writers and speakers, Seth Godin, has a saying that sums this idea up nicely. And it goes something like this: make things better by making better things. One organization that's making things better is the Small Business Center at Forsyth Tech. The SBC and the Launch Challenge have introduced us to new mentors and networks, and has also asked us to push harder as we open our business by having a set of attainable goals along the way. We've highly recommended the services of the SBC to many people and will continue to do so. Today we're looking for $50,000 in order to start Take Say So from a concept to reality. The financial projections that you see here show a net profit years 1 to 5 and also a comfortable debt service repayment structure on the lower side. To date, we have contributed $21,000 to establish our business and make our Mocha Espresso bar operational. We plan to contribute an additional $15,000 in working capital, bringing our total investment to $36,000, or about 30% of the cost. The total project cost is $123,000. We plan to use the first $3,200 of the grant funds that we get today to retire a small amount of debt that we've incurred. Another line item that we're looking for is the coffee equipment and also the furniture and fixtures line. Receiving this grant will give us a firm foundation on which to start and grow Say So Coffee. Yesterday, our architectural drawings were submitted to the City of Winston-Salem, seen here. On top are some photos of the unit in its current state. Next steps for us also include seeking funding for our business through multiple avenues, including traditional bank loans as well as some other avenues. And we're also working on the interior design elements of the cafe. I want to thank everybody for being here today, and it's been an honor to participate in the Launch Challenge and ultimately present our business ideas to you all. An investment in Say So Coffee would be an investment in the future of Winston-Salem. Thank you.
You know, I was almost inclined, Will, to hear you say that we did it because I say so.
Yeah.
Coffee.
That is part of the genesis of the name.
I love that, I love that, I love that. So we're gonna follow the same routine. We're going to allow our judges the opportunity to fill out their sheets. We're gonna allow them to ask you a couple of questions as well to ensure that they are able to navigate those sheets. So please, if we have any questions, let Alan know so he can get you that microphone.
So obviously you are going to offer a special training to people in the community so that they can make the quality of coffee that you need to serve. What kind of training program is that going to be, and what is the cost of that?
That's a great question. The cost will be free to all employees. We're, like I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we are strategic partners with Black and White Roasters, which is a specialty coffee roaster located in Wake Forest. The two gentlemen that started Black and White were the 2016 and 2017 U.S. Barista Champions. They both placed top 10 in the world both years as well. So their coffee acumen is obviously very high. Their roasting acumen is very high. One of them did their entire, basically, coffee career at Counterculture, which I'm sure a lot of people in this room may be familiar with. And then they, after winning the Barista Championships those 2 years, they came back and started their own cafe, a roasting company. They've since opened 3 locations in the past 3 years, which is something that is also in our business model, would be to open additional cafes as things grow.
It's good to see you, Will. I usually grab my coffee from you every Wednesday. So in your case,
you already started, so I'm not gonna ask you when are you gonna start. But for me, that makes it a little special case, but what are your plans after the launch challenge?
Yeah, so our plans after the launch challenge are obviously, like I mentioned, to continue the mobile espresso bar concept. We're looking at a couple of avenues to take that into a 5-day situation and then leave it in the same spot. So that would just add consistency to that. Right now we do a lot of pop-ups, and so like I mentioned, we're at 500, we're at 525 Vine every Wednesday and Friday, and then we're at 500 West 5th Street on Thursday, and then we're at the market on Saturday. So bringing a little consistency to the mobile side of the business would be a next step. Think of like a kiosk like you would see in an airport or even in like medical grounds downstairs. Something like that is definitely a next step for the mobile side. The next steps for the cafe side are obviously just like getting it open, getting all of the equipment and everything fully funded so that we can begin operations as soon as the build out and everything is complete.
Is there like a time that you expect to see the brick and mortar kind of roll out, or like
Yeah.
when can I go in there?
We're shooting for mid-spring. Like I just mentioned, we got word. Part of my presentation was a next step was submitting the permits. We got word yesterday that the permits were submitted, so we had to change the wording a little bit. And so now that the permits have been submitted to the city of Winston-Salem for demo and construction, just as soon as we get back, the team's going to hit the ground running. Already have the GCs and everything like that in place.
You might have mentioned this, but what is the problem that this business is solving? Is it the lack of specialty coffee in the market?
That's correct. Our philosophy would be that there's a lack of specialty coffee available in Winston-Salem, and kind of what I tried to convey was that I traveled extensively for work before starting Say So. So I was able to travel around and see what's available in other cities, other communities, and just the higher level, the higher caliber of the cafe experience and what that entails. Just a higher level of customer service for one, but also quality and taste. And we feel that there's a lack of that available in Winston-Salem, and we intend to change that with our style of cafe.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
All right, that was Say So Coffee. Y'all know the routine. He's headed back to his seat. Give Will another round of applause. Did he not say so? All right. Next, our fourth finalist that you're going to be hearing from is Trish Marsh. Trish Fit is the name of her business, and I am inclined to tell you that it's not about a body shape or a size. It's about a lifestyle. So the next voice that you're going to hear is Trish Marsh. Come on.
Well, hello everyone. I am Trish Marsh of Trish Fit. Turn me off. Okay, I wanted to thank you so much for coming out here today. Thank you so much for coming out in the rain and supporting us here at the Small Business Center. Congratulations to all of us as graduates. I want to give you a little background about myself. Started about 2 years ago. I was a mother, single mother of 3. I was unhealthy and unhappy. I said, I don't want to live my life this way. I don't want to be 40 and then have the same frame of mind. So I decided I needed to change my way of eating, change my diet, and change my lifestyle. So I implemented dance fitness for my therapy of my mind and therapy of my body. And I lost 40 pounds, all right? At that point, I said to myself, I'm enjoying the vibe, and I want to make sure that my family, we're all happy, we're all healthy, and everything is beautiful here. Let me extend this to the world. And so I started working for this. The YMCA. And I took a class size that was about 10 people to 30 people, triple the size, in like 2 months. And I said to myself, well, that means I can teach. So I took that part And I said to myself, well, since I'm able to teach, let me go ahead and extend this outside of the YMCA. And at that point, I went to, I partnered with a mental health agency, and we took a group of people who were coming to a recreational center, and we provided dance fitness to them, all right? And this is a part of that group. So I said, well, this is wonderful. We're having a great time. This is successful. Let's bring it home, all right? So here we are here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This is where Trish Fit is born, all right? The purpose of Trish Fit is to help seniors, not just seniors, but everyone, but specifically seniors, because actually, did you know that today, 1 in 5, over 2 million people in the state of North Carolina are aged 60 and over, and by 2033, approximately 1 out of 4 will be 60 and over, and the population group of 85 and over will be the fastest growing population, all right? So that means there is a need, all right? We have several people here who are aging, and we don't want to just age gracefully. We want to age with power, and that is what Trish Fit Center is going to provide to their members. As well as fitness, we also provide a plethora of services. Some of those include cardio fitness through Zumba, cardio dance, chair fitness, pain and stress management such as massage therapy. I have a massage therapist here. Breathing techniques, meditation, strength and balance, yoga, Pilates, nutrition management. All of these services will be provided to our seniors at no cost to them, all right? The reason of that is because it is taken care of through Medicaid and Medicare. Here's a breakdown of my financials. And what the money would go towards, what the funds would go towards from the Lunch Challenge would be for the building of the Trish Fit Center. It's approximately 1,100 square feet in the part of Winston-Salem, Renova Road. This is what it looks like now, and this is what it will look like. We need carpeting, we need mirrors, we need all types of equipment for the center. And so that's what the money would go towards. I'm asking for about $10,000 to get started. The break even is around 6 months at that point. All right, so what has the Small Business Center done for me? It's taken my frame of mind from just being Trish Fit, a dance fitness instructor, to an entrepreneur. I'm ready to open, I'm ready. I have the business mind set, and I'm very appreciative to the Small Business Center for that. All right, anything else?
Don't go away now. Don't shy over here with me. You're gonna have to shy over there with them so you can get these questions asked to you. So the judges are able to complete their sheets. Again, y'all just heard from Trish Fit. Any questions for Trish to help you with making decisions or filling out your sheets?
Could you just explain some of your numbers in here?
So basically, with Medicaid, Medicare, as a dance therapist, I'm paid approximately, actually more than $24 an hour. I'm sorry, $24 every 15 minutes for dance therapy per client. So that equates to about $771.20 for one client per month. And so this is the show of that. So we have several, actually, I just want here. We have several forms of income. So we have the Trish Fit Center, which is what I'm asking the Lunch Challenge for assistance with. We have Trish Fit Mobile, where I go to businesses, I go to retirement communities, and I can work in that area for them so that they won't have to come outside of their comfort area. We have Herbalife Nutrition that I provide to the clients at no cost to them. We have massage therapy that's also offered to them. So if you add up these numbers, also the massage therapy is paid for through Medicaid and Medicare as well. And what I provided you are the flyers that lets you know exactly what we have, the services that we provide for the clients, for the members.
So I'm really liking this idea, and I think that clearly comes from a personal place. Can you just tell me more about what inspired you? Like you said it came from your own personal experience, but tell me about the connection that you have to your customers and the people that you're going to be seeing.
Okay, so when I was working for the YMCA, my mother, she would come with me, and that touched my heart because that was the beginning of her deciding that she needed to work out. And she's in that baby boomer age range as well. So with my mother, my grandmother, knowing that fitness hasn't always been the top priority for my family, I decided, we need to make sure that this is something that we all have access to.
Is this something you can see yourself doing full time?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I teach so many things, so I never get bored.
Right.
Great presentation. You mentioned you already have a location. Have you secured that location or?
No, it's proposed.
Okay.
Thank you, Trish. I think that this is important for all of us. And looks like you know your numbers. You asked exclusively for 10K. So what are you gonna be doing with that money?
So actually, it was $10,722.
Okay.
That money is going to go towards all of the equipment that's needed. It's going to go towards advertisement. I've already set up an appointment. Basically, we've talked with a local television station, and so I have commercials on that television station that will generate, especially during the time that seniors are watching television here in Winston.
And I'm sorry, is there anyone else doing this right now in this area? Is like who would your main competition be? Yeah.
So if there were any competition, it would be the YMCAs and the personal trainers. The difference with Trish Fit is that everything is all under one roof, and I'm also mobile, so that's much different.
So, are you doing this by yourself, just you?
That's one of the beautiful things that I learned here at the Small Business Center is that I can't do it alone. And so, no, I will not be doing this all alone. Starting off, I will for the first, until we can basically get to the point where I can hire people. Well, I will be hiring, say hello everyone to everyone. This is my massage therapist, so we've already, he's gonna be basically my first, he'll be my first employee. At that point, once I am able to have enough income to hire more than one, and then we'll expand. So the 5-year goal is to be at least in all 4 corners of Winston-Salem.
Thank you very much.
Don't just stop there, y'all know the routine. I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm going to remind you that it's not about a body shape. I'm going to remind you that it is not about a body shape or size, it's about a lifestyle. Next, coming to the stage, we'll have our 5th and final finalist. Bianca Woodbury is the owner of My Petster. Now Bianca is getting a couple of things together, and I'm gonna tell you just a little bit. This is a toy and multimedia company developed to empower kids in their uniqueness, okay? to empower kids in their uniqueness. As she turns around, you will see my favorite thing that I see. The best in me sees the best in you. And I think that that's powerful, especially when you're thinking of empowering kids in their uniqueness. So you'll hear me shut up now about how I feel about that. And you will hear Bianca Woodbury with My Petsters talking about what she has to offer to the table, okay?
Hi, my name is Bianca. I was born and raised in the land down under, aka Australia, and as a former educator, a proud mother of 3, and someone who has lived and traveled all over the world, I was always bothered by the lack of socially conscious toys on the market, so I decided to do something about it. I'm starting a toy company called My Petsters to teach every child to live fearlessly while embracing the differences that make us all unique. My Petsters is focused on teaching children about social consciousness through creative play, and we have developed a line of interactive children's toys, media, and